What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on Sndl ticker.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video I will show you where we are on the price chart and how we get there. Then I will continue with the fundamental news and I will show you what should we expect next from the fundamental standpoint. And at the end of this video I will share my thoughts and my technical analysis. And I will show you what should we expect next from the technical standpoint. And before we get into all of that, if you guys would like to earn 2 free stocks with Moomoo valued up to $7,000, please check out that link in the description below. All you have to do is sign up for an account and deposit as little as $1. This is guaranteed free money. Full details you can see on the screen right now. So, let's start with the price chart. I made my previous video just 2 days ago, right here at this very point, and I've told you that we hit the range of support that I marked previously. It is the confluence in between several touches of this range. Right here we had 2 touches as a resistance, and right here we had this touch, the touch of this line as a support, and right here we also had the touch of this line as a support, and previously also we had this range as a support. So it is quite a good range of support slash resistance. And in my opinion, we might have some kind of reaction around this range, but everything will depend on the fundamental news, and I will show you that from the fundamental standpoint, all of the cannabis stocks have a lot of attention from retail investors, and definitely the main reason of this is the legalization of the marijuana in the United States. But first of all, let me show you the news that scared a lot of investors. Let me show you that because of the delay of their earnings report, and I covered it in my previous video, according to Canadian securities laws, the MCTO, and it is a management cease trade order, the MCTO restricts the chief executive officer and chief financial officer from all trading in securities of the company until such time as the filings have been filed by the company and the MCTO has been lifted. The MCTO does not affect the ability of other shareholders of the company to trade in securities of the company. And definitely, this press release gives you an answer that we don't have any restrictions as retail investors to trade the Sndl stock. And this is the first major point. Second one, definitely the main catalyst that House approves federal marijuana legalization bill for second time in history. And let me quote you this. The US House of Representatives on Friday approved a bill to federally legalize marijuana for the second time in history, also adopting a pair of amendments to the legislation before final passage. Following an hour of debate on the Marijuana Opportunity Reinvestment and Expungement Act from the House Judiciary Chairman Gerald Nadler, and the approval of 2 amendments and the rejection of a third, the full chamber voted 220 versus 204 to end federal cannabis prohibition and promote social equity in the industry. And definitely it is a very good step towards the legalization of cannabis in the United States. But it is not the only step that we should see in upcoming days to make it happen. Next step will be definitely the approval in the Senate. And then Mr. Joe Biden should sign this law. And for those of you who are interested in the amendments, let me show you right here that we had 3 amendments inside this bill. First amendment provides $10 million for the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration to conduct research on technologies and methods that law enforcement may use to determine whether a driver is impaired by marijuana. And it was approved. Second one, the main, in my opinion, requires the National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health to conduct a study on the impact on the legalization of recreational cannabis by states on the workspace and develop best practices for use by employers that are transitioning their policies related to the use of recreational cannabis, prioritizing the development of best practices for employers engaged in federal infrastructure projects, transportation, public safety and national security. And it was also approved. Next one that was rejected is this. Would have required federal agencies to review security clearance denials going back to 1971 and retroactively make it so cannabis could not be used as a reason to deny or rescind a security clearance. So it is what it is, and we have the main bill that passed the House of Representatives, and the next step definitely will be the approval in Senate, and it will be, in my opinion, not earlier than in several weeks, or probably in 1 or 2 months, and we don't know for now the exact date. That's why we have to be cautious with the position of cannabis stocks. Next news that might be quite important right after the first one is this. And it was published just 8 hours ago, and it says House to vote on marijuana research bill on Monday, days after passing legalization measure. And this research bill will remove the barriers to conducting research on cannabis, including by allowing scientists to access products from state legal dispensaries. So it is not so important from the ordinary use of cannabis, and it is not so important from the fundamental standpoint from the companies, but still it is another small step towards the legalization. And let me show you this article. It was published just 1 day ago, and it describes the situation, the current situation around cannabis stocks right now. And let me quote you this. Cannabis stocks are in focus today after the US House of Representatives voted to pass a bill for marijuana decriminalization at the federal level. For cannabis producers, this represents a major step forward. However, questions remain as to whether it will successfully pass through Senate. And let me quote you this, why it matters. It is not hard to see how the passing of the MORE Act would be significant for cannabis stocks. The nationwide legalization of cannabis would mean a much larger market for commercial cannabis products. It would also likely compel some states to relax their policies on cannabis legalization, especially given economic incentives. Economist Stephen Easton estimates that it could lead to the US netting between $45 billion and $100 billion on an annual basis. This isn't the first time politicians have pushed for this policy either. In 2020, a version of the bill passed in the House, only to be stopped by then Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. That is one key difference this time around. Today, that position is held by Senator Chuck Schumer, who has previously advocated in favor of cannabis legalization. It's also worth noting that in late 2021, a national poll found that 62% of US adults supported the legalization of cannabis, including most Republicans. And let me quote you the last paragraph. Investors have more reason than ever to be optimistic about the chances of this legalization passing. That type of momentum will keep pushing cannabis stock up until final verdict or vote on the MORE Act is handed down. And definitely it is the main catalyst for now, and we have to be very cautious because we have to wait some results from the Senate, and we don't have even the date of this voting. So, and let's continue with the technical analysis, but before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, as I already mentioned in my previous video, we have this range of support that should hold in order to hit higher targets. And if we will see a huge increase in volume on Monday, on next trading session, definitely you should take a closer look on the price action. And if the price action will start to move higher, definitely you can add to your position to catch next leg to the upside. But on the greater scale, in my opinion, we will have another opportunity to re-enter the position on some deeper levels, because we have to wait more clarity in this legalization, and that is why, in my opinion, we will have the volatility around these levels, but we have to be very cautious with our long-term investment. And as I already mentioned in my previous video, if you want to invest in this asset, just accumulate on every daily red candle. And all in all, the ranges below 70 cents might be very attractive from the fundamental standpoint if you want to invest in this company for the long period of time, at least for 1 year or longer. And from the technical standpoint, that's it for now. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stay